Hello, this is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and these comments are for one of my TOEFL students, VP. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, and you're working on my Speak Clearly lesson number 7. This is an accent reduction lesson designed to help you improve your pronunciation of the ah and the o vowel sounds, as in caught and coat. And I'm going to listen to these sentences and give you some feedback on this. Here
At
we
this
go.
territory, creating problems within the known. However, the US Army continually invaded this territory, creating problems within the known zones of the native economy.
Good. And then economy. Now, let me show you about your speaking rate for a minute here. I'm going to read it as you read it and then see the difference in the speaking rate. So, this is important for you.
However,
However,
the
the
US
U.S.
Army
Army continually
continually
invaded this
invaded this
territory,
territory,
creating problems
creating
within the known
problems
zones of the
within the
native
known
economy.
zones of the native economy.
You see the difference there?
Indeed, it is known
Known
that
that forms of
forms
dance
of
play an
dance
important
play an
role within a
important role
culture and reveal a
within a
wide range
culture
of
and
information
reveal wide range
about the
of
characteristics
information
of a culture.
about the characteristics of a culture. Sitting Bull
Sitting Bull and the
and the
Sioux
Sioux
realized
realized
they could
they
not
could
defeat
not
the army
defeat the
alone
army
and they
alone
must fight on their
and
own
they must
land.
fight on their own land. I speeds up the
I
repair
speeds up the
process
repair
and
process
should
and
not
should
be
be
applied
applied for
for
10 to 30
10 to
minutes
30
on
minutes
and
on
off for
and
not longer
off
than 72
for
hours.
not longer than 72 hours. It is
It is
important
important to
to
point
point out
out
that
that
adult
adult
feedback has
feedback
a
has a
direct
direct effect
effect
on development at this
on
stage,
development at this
again in
stage,
helping the child to acquire the
again
words
helping the
to
child to
express
acquire the words,
increasingly subtle
to
differences in
express
reference.
increasingly subtle differences in reference.
You see what I'm saying?
However,
So you got to get just a little bit faster than where you are right now. Now let me listen to it again. I'm going to give you some feedback on your
the
pronunciation.
US Army continually invaded this territory,
Okay.
creating problems within the known zones of the native economy.
Pronunciation is fairly clear. When you get to economy, don't swallow that last word in the sentence. Of course, when you get to the end of the sentence, you can have following tone, but of the native economy. Of the native economy.
Indeed, it is known that forms
I would say it is known that forms of dance, blah, blah, blah. So it's good to pause right before that dependent clause that helps you with your pacing.
of dance play an important role within a culture and reveal wide range of information about the characteristics of a culture.
Okay.
Sitting Bull and the Sioux realized they could not defeat the army alone and they must fight on their own land.
Okay.
I speeds up the repair process and should not be applied for 10 to 30 minutes on and off for not longer than 72 hours.
Okay.
It is important to point out that adult feedback has a direct effect on development at this stage, again helping the child to acquire the words to express increasingly subtle differences in reference.
Okay. So I think with your pronunciation, you're actually pronouncing, I think the targeted sounds, you're getting those targeted sounds. I didn't hear any major problems there. But as you could see by my demonstration, your speaking rate, I think, is still a little bit slow. You got to work on that. All right. And thank you for completing this pronunciation practice exercise.